Hey y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope y'all are having a good day, having a good night. Um, so I'm just pretty much coming on here to talk about my trade recap. Y'all probably remember uh, the trade that I uploaded where I was like, I don't even fucking know why this shit didn't work and everything and blah blah blah. So I think I found the mistake. Took me long enough, but I think I might have found the mistake. So I think that's a pretty good sign. It is currently 6:30 in the morning, and I just got home from work. And yeah, now it's pretty much time to grind the charts. So I'm just gonna quickly show y'all guys my trade recap, and we might have a potential sell on the Nasdaq. So let me get you guys updated on what today is looking like. So let me just close this quickly. Bro, why the fuck this ain't working? So there we go. Ah, yeah. So okay guys, as y'all can see, we are on the 1 hour time frame. Let's go back a few days. So equal high resistance, and then we come up and make another equal high. So this is pretty much our support. This is our resistance. Yeah. So so as y'all can see, um, like I said, we got the equal highs here. I was just wondering right now, but we got this right here. Yeah. So equal highs. So this is our support. We break through our equal highs. We come and we take our. Excuse me. This is our new indication. It is a small indication, but it is an indication. So this is getting on my nerves. This bro right here, this is our indication. We come, we correct, and this is where we take our boom. This is where we hit our indication. So this would have been a trade to take. Funny story, I didn't take this trade, but my girlfriend took this trade. And my girlfriend has not been trading for a long time, but I've taught her pretty much indication correction and continuation. So I don't know. I for some reason didn't see this. I probably was focused more on gold that day. But we got the indications. She saw this on Nasdaq and she executed. So props, definitely. Um, as we can now see on the 1 hour, we have built a new indication. We have pushed through our resistance to the downside. So this right here is going to be our new indication. So let's mark that up. So our TP is going to be down here. As we can see, we have a beautiful indication correction. We do not break through our last. So this is now our support. Or actually, no, this ain't our support. Last indication. So this right here up here is actually our new support. But yeah. So indication, correction, and continuation. We are just now waiting for our continuation to happen. Y'all are probably asking me, why did I choose this as our, what is it now, support or resistance? I don't know. But why did I choose this right here? According to ICC, we would have to take this right here. But, hold up. if we scale down to the 10-minute, we can see, boom, we made here a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and we should actually be taking this, but I don't know, to be on the safe side, it doesn't really matter. Either way, we're going to have to push into here. So we are pretty much now waiting for price to come up, push above this zone, and then we're going to be looking for an ICC on the lower time frame. Lower time frames being 15-minute, 10-minute, 5-minute, whatever. So yeah, I am strongly considering staying up till we get this, till we get the correction finished here, because I'm still thinking that we are definitely going to go we're definitely going to go down here. Why do I think we're going to go down here? First of all, we have an indication on the 1 hour, so pretty basic sign. And we see we corrected, and after our correction, we pushed back below these lows. So this is going to be our entry pretty much. So we push down to these lows. If y'all know ICC, this would be an indication on a lower time frame. So we are just waiting to push back into our support zone, and then, so first of all, retest our support zone, and then boom, shoot to the downside. How do we know that we are in a downtrend? So we know that we are in a downtrend when we're building higher lows. No, excuse me, we're building lower highs and lower lows. So this isn't happening yet on the lower time frames. We are building higher highs and higher lows. So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So as long as we're not pushing through these guys here or through these guys here, we should be on the safe side. So we just pretty much have to wait for this to play out. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be waiting for. Like I said, I think I found a mistake on my gold trade where I was pretty much, I was about to end it all because I didn't know what to do. So I took this as the indication, as you guys can see. So I was waiting here for the correction and for the continuation. I was seeing here, okay, we are building lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, equal high, well, indication pretty much, but forget that. We are still moving in a downtrend and here pretty much consolidating. So we should have taken this bread right here, but I hope you guys are noticing something. After this right here, first of all, okay, we should pretty much be taking this here because we broke above here. If we would be taking this, we broke above here, but either way we built equal highs here, so we should pretty much be looking at this motherfucker right here. I am just noticing that right now, but that ain't even the point. Damn. So since we didn't build a lower low here, then this should be our, then this should actually be our support zone pretty much. And we did not close above here. Okay, but that's not what I actually saw. So this is just an indication on the 10-minute. If we scale down to the 1 hour, because we always want our indications on the 1 hour, because they just hold way more volume. Y'all can see, it's close. It is very close. Well, let me just zoom in for y'all. But this ain't an indication. That ain't an indication. Why? Because we did not close above here. We closed below there. We wicked it. We may have wicked it, but fuck the wick. We didn't close above here, so. Damn, I didn't even notice. Damn, I didn't even notice we didn't even close above this here. Damn. But either way, this is not an indication. He's respecting our support, just like he's respecting our resistance here. So this is pretty much just consolidation. Either way, it would have played out, but I don't think this would have been the trade to take, just because on the 1 hour, this ain't an indication. So if y'all know what I mean, this is an indication. And as we see, boom, indication, bam, bop, and we hit it. So I hope this is making sense to y'all, because it definitely is now making sense to me. Okay, either way, damn. I'm noticing things at what 6:45 in the morning, man. This shit's crazy, man. Okay, but fuck that. So this was our last indication. We come back down, boom, boom, boom. Not much going on gold right now, so we have to either wait to push above these highs here or push below these lows. So push below our resistance or push above our support. But it doesn't look like this shit is happening. If we scale to the daily time frame, we can definitely see boom, 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 bam, bop, pow. Uh, boom, support. Or you can also call it an indication because we did take this. But this was this an all-time high? Yes, this most definitely was an all-time high. So I don't know. I would not trade an all-time high just because all-time highs. It's a bit complicated to trade all-time highs. My perspective. I also know people they can definitely trade all-time highs, but that shit just ain't for me. So on the daily time frame, we have the same thing. ICC works on every single fucking time frame. So boom, bam, bop. Indication, okay? Indication, correction, continuation. Fucking hell. I hope this is making sense to y'all. So, on the daily time frame, all of this right here is a new indication. So, according to ICC, if this is the indication, we are going to have to push back down here before we can go back up here. So, that's why I definitely think gold is definitely going to sell in the next few days. We can see we're slowly getting a bit of a resistance to the top, but that doesn't mean shit. So this guy, he could even still go up to here before correcting back down here. So I hope that's making sense to y'all. So let me just quickly go back to the Nasdaq so we have this open. Boom, bam, ba, 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 boom, pow. So, we are building higher highs and higher lows. Still, not breaking. Higher highs, higher lows. It's just the way it is. So, let me just quickly get rid of my Zen. So, I'm gonna open this now on my phone because I'm gonna go back to OBS. Boom. So I want to talk with you guys a little bit about motivation today. Just because I think motivation is a big factor when it comes to trading. And y'all gotta understand nobody has motivation every day, okay? I do not have motivation to make this fucking video right now. It's 6:30 in the morning. I should be going to bed. I don't have motivation to stay up and watch the charts right now, but I see we're slowly going into our support zone. So that's why I am going to stay up, because I do not want to miss this trade, because this trade could be big. Could be a good trade, because I think y'all saw that is a huge fucking indication. So I think if I could enter this trade, I think I could even hold this trade for maybe even a whole day or two. So that would be really good. So yeah, but back to motivation. None of us have motivation every day. That shit's normal. Like I said, just the way it is. It's our human nature. We have motivation on one day because, I don't know, you go through Instagram, TikTok, see all these guys with Lamborghinis, SVJs, and McLarens, and that's what gets most of us motivated. Seeing other people having already accomplished what we are trying to accomplish. So that sets something in our brain that's like, if he can do it, I can do it too. And nowadays, I know we see 16 to fucking 20-year-olds driving these cars that, I don't know, I didn't used to think it would be possible to really be a millionaire at this young age. But it definitely is possible. Everything is possible, y'all. So I think when motivation lacks, discipline comes in. So what we have to focus on is our focus and on our discipline, because our focus is, I think, what's going to determine if we do it or not. So focus plays a pretty big key role, and of course discipline. So we all have to build discipline. I know how fucking hard it is for me to build discipline. So you're talking to somebody who's been smoking pot for the past 4 years every fucking day. So I have been doing nothing other than smoking, okay? So I have been trading for a year, but I was smoking the whole time while I was trading. And what made me stop smoking? So I actually can say that I have stopped smoking. So I'm on the way to being able to stop smoking. But what really just flipped the switch in my head to say, okay, do you know what? Fuck this. You need to determine what you want more. I know it'd be great to smoke pot all your life if you could afford it, if you've had all the money in the world and you wouldn't have to care about responsibilities or anything. But that's just ain't how the world works. I know in my case, weed definitely makes me lazy. So I noticed that. I definitely noticed that. So there came a point in time when I was like, what the fuck am I even doing with my life? I'm 18 years old, turning 19 in July. Bruh, that ain't good for me, man. Like seriously, that just ain't good for me. And I started to think, um, my brain just got all fucked up because I always had my dad up my ass because I was smoking, and of course your parents don't want you to smoke and definitely don't want you to smoke pot. So I completely understand that. If I was a parent, I also wouldn't want my son smoking pot. Definitely not at the age that I am at. So, but getting back to discipline, to build discipline, you need to let go of the things that are really holding you back. And I think in most of the cases, we all know what is holding us back. We all have our dark secrets. Like, seriously, some of us smoke pot, some of us sniff cocaine, some of us even, I don't know, do heroin, or it doesn't even have to be drugs. Like, seriously, you could be addicted to your phone, you could be addicted to watching movies, be addicted to, you could even be addicted to doing sports, like seriously. So I know sports is a good thing, but you can get addicted from doing sports. Not saying that it's a bad thing, but you need to know where your priorities are. So are your priorities on smoking pot, doing sports, watching movies, or is our priority to get fucking rich? I know what my priority is right now, so I need to make a mill. Like, seriously, I've been grinding my ass off the past few months, and um, I still have nothing to show for it. I'm still on my demo. I ain't got fucking money. Like, I ain't got shit money. My work was supposed to pay me about a week ago. They didn't. I asked about it. They said, "Oh, it was a mistake." So I said, "Okay, fix your mistake. Send me my money." I still haven't gotten my money. It sucks, but that's just life. That's just the way life is. But sometimes you have to see things on a positive note. I know there's nothing positive about not getting money, but the longer it takes me to get my 5 bands that I want to put then in my live account, I know that will probably should take a good, I don't know, maybe a month or probably even 2 months. Um, but in these 1 to 2 months, I could really just grind my ass off, make sure that on my demo I got everything right, and then I then then I can put my money in my live account without having the brain fuck of, okay, do I really know what I'm doing, or do I think I know what I'm doing? So I think you really have to get straight. You need to make sure you know what you're doing when you're trading, like seriously. Because I know people, they started trading for, I don't know, maybe a month or so or two, and they were like, oh, I'm profitable. And they put money in their account. And guess what? They had one winning day, maybe even two, maybe even three. But after that, everything went boom. Why? Because you just don't have the experience. It's the way it is. And I've been seeing on TikTok lately people saying, bruh, I've been trading for 2 weeks and I'm profitable and I haven't lost a trade. Do you understand how stupid that sounds? Like, there are people that took over 5 to 7 years before turning profitable, and you think you can do it in a week. I can tell you, I don't care if you were awake the whole week, you were grinding 24/7, you didn't sleep, nothing. This week, you probably learned a lot. If you, like, seriously, if you were seriously going 24/7, which is, I think, humanly pretty much impossible not to sleep for 7 days straight. So it is possible, but you can't concentrate after 7 days no sleep. It doesn't make sense. So you can't tell me you were profitable after 1 week. Like, seriously. I consider people not lucky, but um I have respect for people that really grind their ass off, and I'm not talking about half-heartedly grinding, maybe 1 to 2 hours a day, or bruh, that's not what it takes. Like, seriously, I think you and me both know that's not what it takes. You need experience in the market. It is impossible to know how the market works after 1 week of trading. Like, that's not possible. That shit just ain't possible. I don't know. Maybe you're using AI or something, and fuck knows what. But, bro, I'm telling you, even with this AI shit, I don't think that AI can really predict the markets too well because but trading is all about probability. So AI can give you the probability, but you shouldn't forget it's just a probability. So nothing is 100%. So I don't think AI is. If you start trading and the first thing you do, because you say, oh, it's too hard and whatever, and then you say, I'll use AI, but you're not doing the work. AI is doing the work. So I don't know. What are you going to do if maybe one day the website that you're using with AI, I don't know, for some reason gets shut down or so, or whatever, or they get canceled, or I don't know, they ain't got no money, so they take the website. What are you going to do? You can't do anything because you were relying on AI. You are not relying on yourself, you are relying on AI. So I think the best thing really to do, rely on yourself. Don't rely on other people to teach you this, teach you that. Rely on AI, and you really gotta rely on yourself. Find your strategy. I know most of the strategies all do work. The only strategy where I'm like, I'm not sure about that is the, what is it? What's it called? Trend line patterns. I know people that are profitable off trend line patterns, but I think that's just a very small percent. You really need to know what you're doing. So, my advice, you don't have to take my advice, it's just my advice. My advice would be find a strategy that you understand. I started trading ICT and smart money concepts, and I don't know, it wasn't too much. It was more like every time I felt like I was going a step forward, I was actually taking a step back. So I bet if I would have kept on doing ICT, I would have become profitable somehow. But I don't know. I see a lot of people using ICT, and it's more of like, yeah, I know so many people are using it. I don't think ICT is gonna get patched or anything. Like, God, you can't patch the markets, I'm pretty sure. But ICC just wasn't for me. So, excuse me, ICT just wasn't for me. So then I found this guy, Trades by Side, and he has ICC, which is nothing to do with ICT, like completely zero. No FVGs, no order blocks, no breaker blocks, no. I don't know what else is there in ICT. SMTs and all that shazam. So, yeah. I just found myself in ICC pretty much. And since I've started using ICC, the market is just making more sense in my head. Because seeing this indication, correction, and continuation, you don't have this in ICT. You have, I don't know, I know in ICT what you have this pretty much in every strategy. You have, of course, you have your daily bias in every strategy. You have your daily bias. But in ICT, you have things like, I don't know, liquidity sweeps and that kind of stuff. And people are saying, like, yeah, the stock market, the people at Wall Street can see your stop loss. Bro, do you even know what you're talking about, bro? Like seriously. I am so sure that the guys at Wall Street cannot see your stop loss. I think they have way better things to do than go hunting your stop loss. So, I believe liquidity sweeps is a thing, but you need to know when liquidity sweeps hit. So you need to be able to identify a liquidity sweep. So what we saw beforehand, what I showed you, what I said on gold was not an indication. You could have seen that as a liquidity sweep. You could have, because came up, wicked them, and went back down. You could see that as a liquidity sweep, and it would have worked. So, but I don't see that as a liquidity sweep. I see that as a failed indication. That's an indication that did not work. And if the indication to the upside didn't work, then of course we're gonna go down. So I hope this is making sense. If we ain't going up, then we going down. It's just two ways, three ways that the market can move, or we're consolidation. But usually when you get a liquidity sweep or a failed indication, I don't know. I haven't seen a consolidation after that yet, so maybe I will someday. But yeah. So you need to find a strategy that works for you. Either way, you need to find a strategy not. You need to find a strategy that doesn't just make sense. So not just that the strategy makes sense, but the way market is moving makes sense. So, and everybody has other. I don't know. I know a lot of people also use the order flow, and I know a lot of people. For a lot of people, that makes sense to them. I have never personally ever tried order flow. Why? Because the market makes sense to me when I'm using ICC. The way it is. So definitely find a strategy that works for you. And I think as soon as when you realize that you're slowly understanding more and more about how the market moves, then it can pretty much only go up from there, because when you're starting to notice things in the market, when the market is starting to make sense, this is when experience happens, in my opinion. So, if things are more and more starting to make sense, that's a good thing. That means you are gaining experience. So, if you have different strategies and you find one that pretty much just goes, oh, now I understand why this and that happened, congratulations. Use that strategy. Use it. And I'm not saying just because you've predicted the market once that you know when market is going to move every time. But the more experience you make, the more knowledge you have. It's just the way it is. So it is now 7 a.m. I really need to go to bed, but I'm going to wait for my trade to play out. And there's another thing that I want to talk about, and it's this. Let me quickly go grab a glass of water, because I really need a glass of water. I'm back. Got my water. So, if any of us, we want what the top guys want. It's just our regular instinct. I know with trading, I want to make a million. I want to make more than a million, definitely. So if you want to be part of this percentage of people that are achieving what you say you want to achieve, you have to be you have to be acting that way. So if that means, I don't know, maybe like me, you were smoking weed or you like to party and you like to go out. Think about what that percent of people where you want to get at. So I don't know, that 1-2% of people that really do make it in trading. If you want to be that way, you have to act that way. And I'm gonna tell you, I know a lot of these people go partying, so, but on their way to the grind, when they were grinding, when they were turning profitable, I am most very certain that they did not do that. So, and you have to act accordingly. So I don't mean stalk them, find out what they're doing every day, or maybe even do that. Find out what these people are doing every day. Copy them. Because if you are moving like the 1%, you're eventually going to turn into the 1%. And it takes time. Definitely takes time. So, but the good thing is when you start grinding at a young age, I know you want to get rich quick, but that shit ain't happening. So you have time. And I'm not saying you have time until 25. And what I mean with you have time to figure it out. But you have to use your time now. Because of course you can throw your life away now, go party and whatever, do all that type of stuff. But that just ain't the way the 1% are moving, man. So you need to really find out what you want. And I think if you know what you want, you also need to know how you have to be moving. And if that means you have to sit in front of your computer 7 hours a day trying to make things work, then that's what you're fucking gonna have to do. So, and I don't mean trade the whole time, overtrade, FOMO, and that doesn't make sense. So, I mean use your time wisely. Trading trading is a game, and you need to find out how you can beat this game. You have to use your time wisely, and if you're sitting 7 hours in front of your laptop trying to make things work, you're not going to be sitting there 7 hours taking a trade every, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. Maybe you don't even take a trade that day, but you have to use your time, gain information, learn, and learn some more. Because the more knowledge you have, the easier you're gonna get where you want to get. But you need the you need the knowledge to get there. So you need to really grind, bro. Gain as much knowledge as humanly possible. The last couple of days, or the last couple of weeks, maybe even months, I've stopped counting. I've really been trying to go hard, and um, I know that when I get home after my night shift, I'm fucking tired. I'm real fucking tired. But I'd rather do the work when I get home as wake up and then regret that I didn't do it. Because I think what's worse than not being able. Okay, I need to think about how I'm gonna say this. I'm getting tired, excuse me. What's worse than not trying What's worse than the grind? I know the grind is hard. The grind is real fucking hard, man. Like seriously, this is mental hell. This is just complete mental hell. But if you don't do it, you are gonna have to live with the regret. And I would rather go through this mental hell than one day sitting here and completely regret my decisions. That's just the way that I see it. Regret is a real bitch. It's the way it is. I hate regret. I really do hate regret. There have been countless of times when I don't know, I did something and I know I shouldn't have done it, but I still did it just because in the moment I felt like doing it. And then afterwards I had regret. And this regret was way more powerful than the feeling I had while I was doing what I was wanting to be doing. So regret is a real bitch. So don't live with regret. So I think that I think it's all gonna work out. I believe that it's all gonna work out because I'm grinding my ass off, and I'm really making sure that I don't regret this. But actions speak louder than words, and so far I have nothing to show for it. But we'll get there. We will definitely get there. Don't you worry. So, the last thing what I'm gonna say before signing off, let it all work out, man. Keep grinding because, like I said, we do not want to live with a regret, man. And what's better than regret? Driving your fucking dream car, living your fucking dream life, doing whatever the fuck you want to do. So we're gonna make sure that we're able to do this, and to do that we're just gonna have to grind our ass off. So that's what we're gonna do. If you have any questions, please write a comment. I read all of my comments. It's not like I've gotten any yet, but I definitely will see the comment. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys soon. So peace out.